Welcome to MLS Matchday 12 prediction video. Let's get to it. We got some big games, including the Philadelphia Union and Columbus Crew in the East, while we have a Sunday soccer night in Vancouver. Let's get to the predictions. We begin in Chicago with the Chicago Fire taking on Atlanta at 2:30 p.m. Atlanta coming off a draw to across their rivals, Nashville. While for Chicago, same result, draw to Orlando. This is going to be a very fun game, entertaining. I think Atlanta should win this game really close. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win. Toronto taking on DC United at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. DC, how about a big win at home against Colorado? 45th plus minutes in order to win that game. Really impressive. They're going to take on Toronto, who are coming off a brutal loss, 2-0 to New England. Fun one. This should be a good one. I'm going to go with a draw. I think it should be an entertaining game. Give me a 2-2 draw. Minnesota taking on Miami at 4:30 p.m. Eastern game. Miami, 4 goals to New York Red Bulls. Yep, that's why they should be the favorites to win the MLS Cup. Yep. They're taking on Minnesota, who come off a 3-0 win against Austin FC on the road. They're at home, of course, and Julian Grissel is getting to face his former team, Miami. This should be a fun one. I'm gonna pull Minnesota. I think Minnesota wins it 2-1. We get the rematch of the MLS Cup final between New York Red Bulls and the LA Galaxy at 7:30 p.m. Eastern game. New York Red Bulls are coming off a 4-1 loss to Miami. While for the LA Galaxy, listen, you allow an own goal and the other team has 0 shots and you guys are just trying to shoot for goals. Yeah, not their season. But this is against the team that they've won the MLS Cup in LA. So now, is the door wide open for the Galaxy to finally get their first win of the season? No. Draw. 1-1. Cincinnati taking on Austin at 7:30 p.m. Eastern game. Cincinnati coming off a tough loss to New York City Football Club. Meanwhile, for Austin, it's a brutal loss. But should they forget about it? They should. Brandon Vaqueras is facing his former team in Cincinnati. There's a welcome back to Cincinnati game. I'm going to go with Cincinnati. I think they get this game back on track with a 2-0 win. New York City Football Club taking on Montreal at 7:30 p.m. Eastern game. New York, impressive. Big win against Cincinnati. They take on Montreal, who, listen, your season's not going the way that you're going through, but you want to forget about it, just forget about it. I'm going to go New York City Football Club winning it 3-0. Philadelphia Union taking on Columbus Crew at 7:30 p.m. Eastern game. This is going to be the game of the week, of course, because these are two teams I believe the top 2 teams in the Eastern Conference. If I were to root Philadelphia, big winning, top, easy win against Montreal, 2-1. While for Columbus, with a 4-2 performance against Charlotte, yes. With a snap of a finger, Columbus wins it 3-1. Orlando taking on New England at 7:30 p.m. Eastern game. Orlando drew with Chicago. Meanwhile, for New England, they're on a hot streak with a winning streak that no one is expected, and they're in the top 10 in the Eastern Conference. Will it be another big win? I'm going to say it's going to be a draw, 1-1. St. Louis taking on San Diego at 8:30 p.m. Eastern game. St. Louis, tough loss on the road to Seattle, the 4-1 loss. They take on San Diego, and Chucky Lozano just make it nice and smooth. 5 goals. Yes, yes, you heard me. 5 goals. They get a huge win, 5-0 against Dallas. Dallas were coming off a big win against Miami, and then they lost to San Diego 5-0. Wow. Should be a fun one, but again, this is being played at St. Louis. Anything is possible, but 3-1 win San Diego. Dallas taking on Real Salt Lake at 8:30 p.m. Eastern game. Dallas brutal loss to San Diego, while for Real Salt Lake, a tough loss at Vancouver, which that was a real good game, but not enough to take down Vancouver. Fun one, I'm going to go with a draw, 2-2. Nashville taking on Charlotte at 8:30 p.m. Eastern game. I already mentioned these two teams. Nashville with a draw to Atlanta, while for Charlotte, another second consecutive loss and a brutal loss at Columbus. This is a must-win game for Charlotte. They cannot afford to lose this one, and this is on the road. Another rival between Nashville and Charlotte, of course. I'm going to go with Charlotte. They get a huge win, 2-1. Houston taking on Seattle at 8:30 p.m. Eastern game. Houston getting a what we got? Oh, a 2-0 loss to LAFC. They're going to take on Seattle, who put 4 goals against St. Louis. And an interesting game here between these two. Should be a fun one in Houston, but I'm going to go Seattle with a 2-0 win. Colorado taking on San Jose at 9:30 p.m. Eastern game. Colorado, top loss. Yeah, I don't even know what the talk is going to be after losing to DC United. They welcome San Jose, who put 4 goals against Portland. This should be a very talented game, but I'm going to go with Columbus at home, 2-0. Portland taking on Kansas City. Kansas City at 10:30 p.m. Eastern game. I already mentioned Portland lost 4-1. For Kansas City, you can thank LA Galaxy for an own goal to win the game. But now playing Portland, I feel Portland should get back on track with a 2-0 win. Let's go to our Sunday soccer night presented by Apple TV. It is Vancouver taking on LAFC at 7 p.m. The game will be streamed on Apple TV. Vancouver, impressive story to the CONCACAF Finals. They're in the top of the Western Conference. Now you get your own Sunday soccer night. What a moment for those Canadians. They welcome LAFC, who come off with a 2-0 win against Houston. And this should be a very talented game. But this is being played in Vancouver. So you know who I'm picking? The Vancouver Whitecaps are going to win it 2-0 to LAFC. If you have not seen my sports news from today, May 9th, 2025, go check that out on my channel. Of course, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell for more sports news. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.